Dr. Gloria Horsley, President of the Open to Hope Foundation, and today I'm interviewing Carol Scibelli. Carol's a comedy writer and a widow for 5 years. She's a frequent speaker on the topic of loss and recovery, and she's also the author of Poor Widow Me, Moments of Feeling and Dealing and Finding the Funny Along the Way. Carol's a comedy writer. Well, Carol, it must have been tough for you having a spouse die as a comedy writer.
I was married. We were married for 33 years. Jimmy was my high school sweetheart. He was 56 when he died. And you know, Gloria, 56 now, 5 years later, he seems even younger.
Right.
56 is young. But as far as finding the funny, I mean, I'm kind of used to, and together we were very funny. My husband wasn't a professional comedian, but he was just a funny person. I think he would appreciate little things that happen that you just can't help but laugh.
Yeah. How did you first know that you were starting to feel better, recover, or whatever we want to call it?
Feel better, recover, it is a funny way to put it, but I think the first time, you think you're going to just not be yourself ever again. And I was in a bereavement group, and I didn't want to be there. I mean, who wants to be in a bereavement group? And I didn't want to make eye contact with anyone because I was making believe I wasn't there. So, you know, they were in circles. So I was looking down at everyone's feet, and I thought to myself, whoa, look at that, everyone's wearing ugly shoes. And I went, oh, good, I'm still here. That was the first time that I realized, you know, I lost my husband, but I didn't lose myself. Myself is still there, and little by little, those kind of moments happened, and I started grieving less and living more, and that's kind of how I came out of it.
And you talk in your book about asking permission from a dead man. I thought that was really an interesting little piece you had there. It caught my eye.
Well, I went to a one-on-one therapist, a bereavement therapist. I call her Mean Jean because her name was Jean and she was mean. And she just happened, she had these things that she just spouted out, these theories. And one of them was, she said, you know, when a woman wants to remarry, a widow wants to remarry, she goes to the cemetery to ask permission. And I said, well, okay, I can understand that. It makes sense. And she said, really? Kind of harsh, you know. She said, really, that makes sense to you to ask a dead man for permission? The women go to the cemetery, but none of the husbands ever say no. I said, oh, I got a point there.
Yes. So, well, tell me tell me about your laughter, and what does it do for you as far as loss is concerned?
It makes all the difference. I mean, if you've been, I know you've been at widow conventions and conferences, and widows just we have our own kind of language. People talk about having sex again, and they look up and say, their husband must be saying, now you're interested. You know, things like that come up, and it's a comforting thing to be with other widows and to talk to them and know that what we're doing is not out of the ordinary. People are basically who they are, and they cope with it in the way that they do, but there are commonalities, and it's good to be with other people.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being on the YouTube today.
Thank you,
I look forward to future connections with you and some good laughs.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Spring is new. The earth awakens and the flowers bloom, giving birth to life's sweet perfume. And everything is new. That's when I think about you. Then summer comes, longer days lit by a burning sun, raining down its warmth on everyone beneath the sky of blue. That's when I think about you. There's not a day that passes by when you don't fill my mind. A cold December or a hot July, I miss you all the time. When the fall moves through, dancing leaves under an autumn moon, and every day ends too soon. with so much left to do. That's when I think about you. There's not a day that passes by when you don't fill my mind. A cold December